Welcome back to another video where we continue our coverage on all the cards that are coming out in Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World Awaken Pulse, coming out February 23rd. Yesterday's video we went over all of the red and blue cards, the recap of the leaders, battle cards, extra cards, all that stuff, blues Infinite Loop, red's Secret Rare, Instinct Goku that does damage to life even if you just hit an opponent or KO an opponent. So two really good color sets, and today we're going to be going over the green and yellow colors. Yellow is about restand and resting your opponent's cards. Green seems to be the ramp and a little bit of life gain color. So first we will be hopping into the green cards and then going over yellow following. We will be recapping the leaders, and since the official site has all the parallels, we'll look at the parallels while recapping. So first one is Android 17. When attacking, draw a card. Awaken life is a 4-less. Draw a card, flip it over. Same old, same old. Then when he awakens, he becomes Android 17 and 18. 20k power, permanent, your turn. If you have 6 or more energy, this card gets plus 10,000 power, and then keeps the when attacking, draw a card. So initially, when we went over this in the previous videos, I was kind of like, why would you play this green leader over a Broly or even the Gohan? But the Android synergy seems to be pretty good. I mean, the Gohan deck or a Broly deck, you can make those work, but kind of the Androids, you could make a case for them. And then just the fact of you get the 6 energy pretty quickly with green, so you're a 30k leader during your turn, and that forces every leader in the game to at least combo one card to get out of your attack, just with no commitment at all. Then we have Son Gohan Childhood, 15k leader. When attacking, draw a card. Awaken 4 or less, draw a card, flip it over. Then when he awakens, he keeps the when attacking, draw a card, and then has an activate battle. Once per turn, place one of your energy in your drop. This card gets plus 15 power for the battle. I feel like this is kind of the rival to not really serious rival, but it's slightly better than the Broly, because the Broly is an activate main, throw away an energy, gets plus 5,000, so it becomes a 30k. But this Gohan is a activate battle, so you can do it during your turn and your opponent's turn. And there's a couple cards that come out in green that when they're on the field, if you there's an auto effect that if you throw away an energy or put an energy in your drop, then you get an energy back as rested. So if you're able to get that card out on the field and it sticks, you can activate this every single turn, your turn, their turn, over and over again, and you don't lose any energy, and it's a free 15k boost one time per turn. Two pretty good green leaders. Now we'll go looking at the character or the battle cards. So the first one is a Krillin, 1-drop, 10k combo. Has a permanent. Your opponents can't attack Android 18 in your battle area. So this is kind of similar to the it's either a 2 or 3 drop from the red where he cannot be KO'd in battle. This guy just prevents an Android 18 from being killed. So if you don't attack with this Krillin and you have an Android 18 on the field, or multiple, they have to answer this Krillin some type of way. So they have to commit cards to reduce. Yes, it is a 1-drop, so it can be bounced very easily in blue. It is only a 10k, so it can be reduced and removed from field with red. But if it, you could potentially make it work, and if you get 2 of these out on the field, then that's 2 cards they got to answer. So you can see some play with it, possibly. Next, we have Android 16. He's a 3-drop, 20k, 10k combo blocker. Permanent on opponent's turn. If you have Android 17 and 18 in your energy area, this card gets plus 10,000 power. So it's essentially a 3-drop 30k blocker with 10k combo. You have to put an Android 17 and 18 in your energy area, but with the way that green has options of putting cards from your drop into your energy, if you combo out of an attack with a 17 or an 18, you can then put that in your energy with another green card effect, and then play this guy out, and he's a 30k. There is a card that is Android. It's a SR that's Android 17 and 18. If that card is in your energy, then it does fulfill this 16's requirement, and he would gain the 10k. Then we have another 16. He's a 6-drop, 15k, 10,000 combo blocker. When KO'd, play up to one Sun Gohan Childhood with a cost of 6 from your drop. So, it's a 6-drop, so it can't be bounced from blue unless they do the Sun Goku, the one where they have to bounce one of their 4-drops, and then they can bounce one of your cards. It's 15, so it can be reduced very easily, but if they don't have the way to reduce it, you get a block off with this, you let it die. You can then target a 6-drop Sun Gohan that we'll get to later down the line, but when it is played, you get a life gain. So you protect from an attack, you get a card out on field, and then you gain a life from it. So it does take a little bit of setup. You do have to have that Gohan. You've already had to have them in the drop area, but it has a pretty good payoff. Then we have 17, a 2-drop, 15k, 10k combo crit, something just to fill out the Android deck, put in your energy area to set up for that blocker 16, or just combo off. Then we have another 17. It's a 3-drop, 25k, 10k combo vanilla. Again, just something to fill out the deck using the energy, or swing at every leader in the game with it being 25. And then the last 17 we have is a 4-drop, 20k, 5k combo on play. Add up to one card from your life to your hand, then play up to one Android 18 with a cost of 3 or less from your drop. So Self Awakener, it's a 20k, and then you get a 3-cost character back from trash. So you could combo off the Android 18 early on, get to that 4 energy turn, play this out, bring that back. Pretty good combo there. Definitely, I would say if you're running just pure Android green, this guy would be a 4 of, maybe a 3 of, just from the fact that you get a card, you can awaken, and then you get a card back from trash. Then we have the 17 and 18 that I was talking about with the 16 blocker card. They are a 6-drop, 40k, no combo, double strike. On play, choose up 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO them. So a really good target for the 6 energy turn. If your Android leader is awakened, that's a 30k lead into a 40k double attack. Really good pressure, and then also being able to KO 2 cards from on play. Really good target. Most likely just green in general will run this, mainly because it has that on play where you get rid of 2 3-drops. This is the parallel. I forgot I had a parallel, but here's a parallel. Looks pretty nice. Next we have Android 18. This is the regular art of the card, and this is the parallel. So it is a 2-drop, 20k, 5k combo. On play, draw 1 card, then discard 1 card from your hand. When attacking, if you have 6 or more energy, draw 1 card. So a really good target for the Android 17. You could play this on your 2 energy turn, get the draw, and then discard. Swing with it, let it die. When you get to 6 energy, you play the Android 17, get this back from trash, the on play, draw a card, trash a card, and then swing with it, and then draw a free card off of it. If it stays on board, it's really strong. If you can figure out a way to make the Krillin work, then this just kind of sticks. They can't get rid of it, and then you get an attack with it and get a free card, get more card draw every single turn. The next Android 18 we have is a 3-drop, 20k, 10k combo. When attacking, place 1 card from your energy in your drop. Add up to 1 card from your hand to your energy. This, in conjunction with the card that I talked about with the Gohan lead, where when a card is placed from your energy into your drop, gain the energy back. This can get you 2 energy ramped every single turn, or every single attack if they don't deal with it. Yes, you are burning a card from hand, but if you really need to ramp up real fast, or if you have excess cards in your hand, you can kind of sacrifice that for more energy to then play out the bigger cards late game. Then the last Android 18 we have is a 4-drop, 20k, 5k combo. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then play up to 1 Android 17 with a cost of 3 or less from your drop. So the reverse side of Android 17, I feel like 17 is a better play because there's a better there's a better 3 or less Android 18, but you could make, have this and the 17, and then just get cards back from, or playing cards back from drop is always good. So play this out for 4 next turn, play the 17, yada yada yada, get more cards on field, kind of build board, and then get a whole bunch of swings off. Then we have Android 19, 2-drop 15k, 10k combo, permanent. If you have 6 or more energy, this card gets plus 10k power. So it's a 2-drop 25k on your turn and your opponent's turn if you have 6 or more energy. So, it's essentially a 2-drop 20k vanilla, but, it could just fill out the deck if you just need something to put in, and then it has a pretty big stat line. Next we have Android 20, 1-drop 5k, 5k combo. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Android 17 or 1 Android 18 from and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So a good card to look for your Android 17s, your Android 18s. You can get the SR off of this, the SR 17/18. So, really good if you're building just pure Androids in your deck. Then you want this. Then we have another Android 20, 3-drop 10k combo. Activate main, KO this card. Look at 10 cards from the top of your deck and place up to 1 Dr. Giro Lab in your battle area. Place the rest of the bottom in a random order. So this is looking for a field card. The Dr. Giro's Lab is a field card, which we'll get to later. But there's nothing stopping you from playing this for 10k, swinging at lead, comboing something off like an Android 18 or Android 17, setting up for the 4-drop versions of them to play it from trash later, and then activate this main, throwing this away, looking at 10, playing out the Dr. Giro Lab. If you're playing Androids, you're going to want Dr. Giro Lab. It's really good. So then you're going to want this because you want that card on the field. Then we have Son Goku, 1-drop 5k combo. On play, draw a card. Just something to play out on the field, get a card, replace it in your hand, and then combo it off for a 15 or 20k swing on something. The next Son Goku we have is a 2-drop 15k 10k combo. Permanent, your turn. If you have Son Gohan Childhood in your drop, this card gets plus 10k power. So another 2-drop 25k, essentially a vanilla, except for it's only 25 during your turn, so that is kind of a drawback. But if you have a lot of Gohans in your deck, and then they're going to be in your drop from effects or whatever, then maybe you can see a point of this card. But I don't see it getting much play just because it's only during your turn. Then we have the 5-drop that I've been talking about on the past couple cards. Son Goku 25k 5k combo has an auto, so it will activate during your turn or your opponent's turn. It's just always waiting to be activated. When this card is played, or when a card is placed in your drop from your energy, add the top card of your deck to your energy in rest mode. So on the 5 energy turn where you play this out, you ramp 1 from the top of your deck. And then if you're playing the Gohan leader and he's awakened, you swing with him, activate his main, throw away a card, and then draw the top card of your deck and put it into your energy in rest mode, so you don't lose any energy there. And then you can do the same thing in defense. So it's kind of a target card that you want to see. I would say put 4 of it in there just because it has, you can do minus energy, but then still stay at that same level of energy. Then we have Son Gohan Childhood, a 1-drop 5k combo. On play, look at 3 cards for a 5 or less Saiyan in the special trait. Add it to hand, place the rest on the bottom in random order. So just something to look for, a couple target cards. This can get the 5-drop Goku. It can get a lot of different cards from the, just everything. It's just something good if you have a lot of Saiyans in your deck. Then we have Son Gohan Childhood again, a 5-drop 30k 10k combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and KO it. So really strong. You pay 5, play it, get rid of one of your opponent's cards, and then swing 30k. Just a strong target. It can be searched off of the 1-drop Gohan, something, a beefy body, and then gets rid of a card on the field. Then we have the 6-drop Son Gohan that is the target for the Android 16 blocker. 6-drop 35k 5k combo. On play, add the top card of your deck to your life. So regain life. If you're playing Broly, this can kind of play this card after you awaken. You get 6 energy, and then you're at 4 life instead of being at 3 life, having going into awaken. Really good, just a hard cast because it's a 35k. So big body on the field, and then you also get that life gain. So really good card, I feel. Maybe 2 or 3 of it in the deck. But if you're really wanting to play it off of the Android 16, then you want to have 4 of, because you're going to have enough of you're probably going to run 4 of the 16s. So you have the 16 block, play it, yada yada. Then we have Tien Shinhan, 4-drop 20k, 10k combo. On play, place 1 card from your life in your drop. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and KO it. So you are trashing a card from your life. You don't get the card draw, but you do get to remove a card from field. I can see this getting some play. It being a 20k means you can swing at a lot of leaders. And then if you decide not to swing, you just want the on play to then KO a 4 or less, then you can use it as a 10k combo. If not, if you don't find a use for it or you don't have a good target for it, you can just combo it off from your hand. You do have to trash the card in order to KO an effect. So it's kind of, if it was place a card from your life to your hand, make it a 3 or less, it'd probably be better. But, there's some situations where you could play it. Next, we have Trunks Future. He is a 3-drop 20k, 5k combo, a blocker. When KO'd, if your leader is Sun Gohan Childhood, add the top card of your deck to your energy. So something for the 3 energy turn, get a blocker out. Swing with it if you want, or when it dies, you can then ramp an energy. So you would be on 5 energy the following turn if this died that same turn. Next, we have another Trunks, 2-drop 25k, 10k combo, permanent. This card can't attack your opponent's leader. So you can only swing at character cards, which, kind of a drawback there. But it is 25k, so you can apply some good pressure, kind of clear board, force them to give you cards because they don't want to get, they want to keep some character on the field or whatever. But I think that permanent where it can't attack leader is going to make it to where people don't run it. Then we have a 2-drop 20k, 10k combo, Vanilla Piccolo, something to fill out the deck. And we have a 1-drop 15k, 10k combo, Vegeta, another thing to fill out the deck. Then we have a 4-drop Vegeta. This is the regular art, and this is the parallel. Like I said, he's a 4-drop 20k, 10k combo. On play, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy in rest mode. So a 4-drop that ramps you 1. Really good card. Then has an activate main, discard 1 card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less and KO it. So really good for going for game. Throw away a card, pop one of their blockers, and then swing with your lead, or swing with another big body, and then dump all your hand into the combo and then win the game, something like that. But a really strong card. It activate main, you ramp and then you can kill something without having to swing. People are gonna run this. Then we have a 1-drop Hercule 15k, 10k combo, permanent. This card must attack whenever possible, and then when attacking, draw 1 card, then discard 1 card from your hand. So if you have this card on the field, then unless you are the player going first, which you can't attack on your first turn, then this permanent does not activate. But if you are the person going second, you play this out for 1, you have to swing with it. It does not mean you have to swing with this first. It's just if it is active and it has the ability to swing, by the end of your turn, he has to swing at something. Then we have our super combo for green, Yamcha 7-drop 15k, 10k combo, used during defense only. Then we get into our extra cards. First one is a 1-drop I-beam, activate main, choose up 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and KO them. Probably not going to be run just because it's 1-drops, and then when you get into the late game, you're not going to be needing this a lot. So it would just be energy, but it's like It's not going to be run. I can't really think of a use for it. Then we have brother sister combination. So 1-drop, activate battle during your opponent's turn. Choose your leader or one of your battle cards. It gets plus 20k for the battle. Then if you have 15 or more cards in your drop, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy in rest mode. So a 1-drop that gives you a 20k, which just that alone, 20k defense is really good. And then when you get into late game, if you play this, you're probably going to have 15 or more cards in your drop. You then get to take one of those and then ramp and then play a big body next turn. So I feel like this is just going to be a good card in green in general because it's not leader locked or anything. Next, we have our first 0-cost energy card. It is instant Kamehameha. Activate battle. Place 1 energy in your drop. Choose your leader or one of your battle cards. It gets plus 15 battle or 15 power for the battle. So this in combination with the 5-drop Goku means it's just free all around. You play this, you get rid of arrested energy, and then you get arrested energy back. Really good card to have in green because if you use all your energy on a big body, your opponent's like, okay, he doesn't have any energy up, he can't play an event. They then swing expecting you to play 2 cards from your hand. You play this out for free. You throw away an energy, 15. You save a card, and then you can ramp with that auto Goku. Really good card. Then we have the Dr. Jiro Lab that we talked about earlier. It's a 3-drop field. Activate main. You pay 1 green energy. You switch this field card to rest mode. If your leader is Android 17, add up to 1 Android card with a special trait from your drop to your energy. So you pay 1 energy and you get an energy active. If you play the Dr. Jiro and then swing with it, trash it, play this for free, air quotes around free. Every turn after, since there's no field removal in this, as long as there's an Android in your drop, you pay 1 energy, you get 1 energy. You put 4 of this in your Android 17 leader. You put 4 of that Dr. Jiro in your Android leader, and you just free ramp every single turn. Great card. Then we have Big Bang Attack, 2-drop. It's a permanent, 6 or more energy, reduce it by 1, so it's a 1-drop energy. Activate main, place 1 energy in your drop, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less, and KO it. Another card that I feel like you want to run in green, just because the 5-drops there's a lot of good 5-drops in this game. Red has a lot of double strike, crit, on play, reduce something by power, when attacking, reduce something by power. And then with green's ability to get cards back from the drop or play them from the top of the deck, rested or whatever, this paying 1 energy isn't the end of the world. And the last card that we have for green is a 7-drop secret rare Son Gohan Childhood. He is a 50k attack, which is insane. On play, discard 1 card from your hand, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less, and KO them. Then this card can attack for the turn. So it has the potential for a board wipe. You do not have to use the on-play ability, so if you just wanted to play a 50k attacker out on the field, you can do that. But you're playing this for that killing all 5 or less cards on the field. It's especially good against a Ginyu. When we start talking about Ginyu, you could clear out Ginyu's whole board. You could clear out Cooler's whole board. Really, really heavy cost at 7, but I mean, if you're playing Broly, like the 8-drop Broly, you're going to be getting up to 8. So on your 7 energy turn, you play this, you trash a card, you clear out the whole board, follow up next turn with 8 energy, play out the Broly, you get a 50k swing with this and 2 45k swings. It's amazing, and it does have a parallel, which this is it here. It looks pretty good. I remember the first time I saw this, I thought this was Raditz. I know it's Vegeta, but for a second I was like, why is Raditz there? But I was like, oh no, that's not Raditz. Really good secret rare. Both the secret rares in the set are pretty good. I think the Goku just a little bit better, just for the fact that you can swing at a battle card, kill it, and then take away one of your opponent's life, which they can't do anything about. So that is all of the green cards that we have in the set. So now we're going to start on the yellow cards, with first being Captain Ginyu, or I guess just Ginyu. This is the parallel for the leader. He is a 15k when attacking. Draw one card. Awaken when your life is at 4 or less. Switch up to one of your energy to active mode. Then flip this card over. So that right there just makes this already from the get-go a little bit better, because you can awaken during your turn or your opponent's turn. If it's your opponent's turn, they swing at you with the big number. You awaken to go to 20. You get to restand energy, and then you can pay that one energy to then do a plus 15 to get, a plus 15 event to then raise it higher and protect yourself. And then during your turn, you play something for 3. Now you can awaken. You awaken, restand 1, play something for 1. And then when he awakens, he just gets even better. 20k, when attacking, draw 1 card, activate main once per turn, rest 3 energy, discard 2 cards from your hand, choose all your battle cards with Ginyu Force and their special trait, and switch them to active mode. Now, in yesterday's video, I talked about Frost being able to counter all of the Ginyu cards, because every Ginyu Force card is 20 power or less. But if you have an answer for that Frost, which yellow is able to have an answer for that Frost, this guy, if you flood your board with 6 or 7 20Ks, you get rid of that Frost, swing with everybody, restand everybody for 3 and trashing 2 cards, and then swing with 7 more attacks. It's pressure. Ginyu's going to be a deck that a lot of people are going to want to run, and you can fill up board pretty fast. I definitely do want to make a Ginyu deck. Then we have Cooler, 15k lead, has crit, permanent, your turn. This card gets plus 5 power, so it's a 20k during your turn. When you awaken, 4 or less, draw a card, flip it over, just like all the other unawakened crit leaders. Then when he does awaken, he has a 1 attacking, draw 1 card, activate main/battle once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, choose up to one of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, and freeze a clan in its special trait, or 1 energy, and switch it to active mode. So the versatility there, where you're able to restand a 4 or less during your turn, during your opponent's turn, just for trashing 1 card. Yellow has a little bit of card draw options, so the discarding 1, it's kind of negates that, where it's not that big of a deal. But then you're able to restand one of your 4 drops, get another swing during your turn, or restand one of your energy, and then being able to play another big body. If you have 3 energy, you need 4 to play something. You use this effect, trash a card, restand that 1, play a 4 drop. Really versatile. All the yellow cards so far, the starter deck Frieza, the Ginyu, and the Cooler. Yellow is really strong and has a lot of options. Really excited for all the yellow decks. So the first yellow battle card we have is Apula, 2-drop, 15k, 10k combo, activate main, switch this card to rest mode, look at the top card of your deck, then reveal up to 1 card with Frieza Army, and its special trait, add it to your hand, place the rest of the remaining cards at the top of your deck. So it's essentially, you just get to look at the top card, you rest it, look at the top card of your deck. If it's Frieza Army, reveal it. If it's not, just flip it back down, leave it on the top. So just kind of, and then you know what you're going to draw next turn. I could see some play for this, and it being a 10k combo in hand or on the field as active, with the Frieza ability being able to restand cards when he's awakened, restand this and then combo it off. Just something you can kind of set up for your next turn, or get a card into hand. Then we have our first Ginyu Force card, a 1-drop, 5k combo, activate main, switch this card to rest mode, draw 1 card. So you could kind of play this in a Ginyu leader. You could play this for 1, rest it, draw a card, and then with your awakened Ginyu, rest 3 energy, and then obviously you'd play a couple other cards. You'd play this, get the card draw, and then restand all the cards with your Awakened Ginyu Leader, and then activate its main again, and then get to draw another card. So you not only replace itself, you can then get an extra card off of its effect. Then we have a 2-drop Ginyu, 20k, no combo, on play. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, then reveal one non-Ginyu that has Ginyu Force in its trait, add it to your hand, place the rest of the bottom in random order. So 20k attacker, a target for the Ginyu Force or the Ginyu Lead restand, and it replaces itself in your hand, because if you run a Ginyu Lead, you're going to have a lot of Ginyu Force cards in your deck. Then we have another 2-drop Ginyu. This is the regular art, and this is the parallel art, which this is my favorite parallel art out of the set. I want to play set of this, just symmetry, all that. It's a great looking card. He is a 2-drop, 20k, 5k combo. On play, if you have 3 or more battle cards with Frieza Army and their special trait, switch up to 2 of your energy to active mode, then you can't play Ginyu for the turn. So this works amazing in a Ginyu deck. This also works amazing in a cooler deck, just because you can restand 3 energy with your cooler leader and then this guy. And they very easily could have made it to where 3 or more battle cards with Ginyu Force in their trait, but them making it Frieza's Army, the cooler leader, you have Frieza Clan for his Awakened Restand ability. So your Frieza Clan is Frieza Army, so you're gonna have Frieza Army cards on the field, and it just makes this card that much better. So amazing art, amazing effect. Play a 2-drop and then play another 2-drop. Then the last Ginyu we have is a 3-drop 20k 10k combo. On play, add up to 1 extra card with Ginyu Force and a special trait from your drop to your hand. There's a couple good Ginyu Force extra cards that are targets for this. You use that early on, then you play this for 3, get that card back, and you have a 20k swing on the board. Great power, good on play, 20k swing, awesome card. I don't know if it's obvious, but I am a very good fan, or a very big fan of the Ginyu Force cards. So Q is a 2-drop 10k combo, blocker, win KO, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and switch it to rest mode. So this makes 2 good Q cards. The first one is from the starter deck, where when he's a blocker, when he dies, you get to draw a card. So with this, you block with it and then rest 1 of your opponent's cards. It can be any card on their field. Then we have a 3-drop 25k 10k combo cooler, a vanilla, something to fill out the deck. Next we have a 4-drop cooler. This is the regular art, and this is the parallel. He's a 30k no combo blocker. When attacking and when blocking, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Then, if that card is a cost 2 or less, KO it. So, really good effect. If you use this, if you play this in the starter deck Frieza, or if you play this in the cooler deck, you can swing with this during your turn. At the end of your turn, restand it with the either Frieza or cooler ability, and then block with it. You can rest something with your attack, and then rest something with the block. And it being a 30k, you probably don't have to commit anything to this. You get a free block, you free protect, and then you get to pop something on their field, or at the very least, rest a big body, preventing another attack. And then you could also, if you play this for 4 next turn, you play this for 4, rest when you pass a turn, they swing, you block with this, you rest 1 of their big bodies, and then your next turn you play the 5-drop SR Frieza from the starter deck, swing with a double attack, and then you target that card that you rested on the block. You can prevent it from restanding. Just really good synergy all around, amazing card. Now we're getting into some more Ginyu Force, which I love. 2-drop, 5k, 10k combo, activate main, switch this card to rest mode, choose up to 1 of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, and it can't switch to active mode during your next turn. So just a really good card to prevent a big body from restanding. So if they swing with a double attack character, and then you can play this for 2 and prevent that card from restanding, and then with your Ginyu leader ability, restand it and target another card on their field, or just save it for later, and then force them to either have to, if they're playing red, play a card to get rid of it, or if they're playing blue, bounce it back, something like that. Then we have a 4-drop 30k 10k combo King Cold of Vanilla. This is a good target for a Frieza that we'll get to later. Next is Zarbon, 1-drop 5k combo. On play, look at 5 cards from top of your deck that reveal one card that includes Frieza in its card name and add it to your hand. So there's just any card that has Frieza. I think there's a Mecha Frieza. As long as it says Frieza in the name, this card can search for it. So just something to set up a couple pieces later down the line. Then we have Salza, 2-drop 15k 10k combo crit. Just something to fill out the deck and do some apply some good crit damage early on. We have another Salza, 3-drop 20k 10k combo. Activate main. You switch this to rest mode. Play 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less, and Cooler's Army Squadron and its special trait from your hand. So it does not say that you can't play himself. So you can play this for 3 and then play the 2-drop crit off of this effect and then swing for the crit. Something like that. Next is Jace, 1-drop 15k 5k combo, permanent during your turn. If you have a total of 3 or more cards with Ginyu Force and their special trait among your leader and battle cards, this card gets plus 5k power. So it's essentially a 1-drop 20k during your turn, and you're going to have more than 3 cards if you're playing Ginyu, right? You really only need to have 2 other cards in the field, and this counts as one of them, I think, so you'd only need 1 other card on the field if you play Ginyu. Great card. Next is Su, 3-drop 20k 5k combo crit, and then a permanent during your opponent's turn. This card gets plus 10k power. So a 20k crit during your turn, and then a 30k card during your opponent's turn. So really good pressure, and then makes it harder for them to get rid of it. Pretty good card. Next is Chilled, 3-drop 20k 5k combo, permanent during your opponent's turn. All your battle cards with Frieza Clan and the special trait get plus 5k power. So if you're running a lot of Frieza, so if you're doing cooler build, you might want to consider putting this in there, because it just makes it that much harder for them to attack at any of your battle cards. Or if you're playing against red, makes it harder for them to, they have to account for another 5k to then reduce something. So if you have a 35 on the field, it makes it a 40, and then if they play something to reduce by 35, they're like, okay, I'll pop that. No, I got Chilled, he's 40k. Then we have Dora, 2-drop 15k 10k combo. On play, choose up to 1 battle card with Cooler's Armored Squadron and its special trait and switch it to active mode. So you could play the 3-drop Salza effect, rest him, play out the 2-drop Salza, play this guy, restand the 3-drop Salza, rest the Salza, play something else, something like that. If you're playing a Cooler's Armored Squadron build, then you want this guy in there. Then we have Dodorio, 1-drop 10k combo, permanent. If you have Frieza and Zarbon in your battle area, this card gets plus 10k power. So it's a 1-drop 20k vanilla during, think of it like that, but you do have to have a Frieza and a Zarbon. So if they find a way to get rid of one of them, then he goes down to 10k, then it's easier to get rid of. With it also being a 1-drop, it can be bounced, and then even if it becomes a 20, there's a couple ways red can get rid of it, so I don't really see much use for this card. Then we have Naze, 2-drop 20k 10k combo, blocker. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So another target for that Salza where he rests himself and play out a Armored Squadron card. Gets a 20k blocker and then also a Self-Awakener. You could probably find a space for it. Next we have the super combo for yellow, just something to use defensively, not really much use for active or on attack. Then we have a 2-drop 20k 10k combo vanilla birder, a card you can play out, fill up your field with Frieza or Ginyu Force. With that 2-drop Ginyu, restand 2 energy, play out the birder, 2 20ks on the field, and if you have Jace already on the field, then Jace gains that power boost. Then we have Banan, a 2-drop 15k 10k combo. End of your turn, choose one of your rest mode battle cards with Frieza Army and its special trait and switch it to active mode. So if it can survive more than 1 turn, you get a lot of value from it. It does not have to rest itself, so it can always be active. So then you have a 10k combo there, just kind of floating if you need to. 15, meaning they have to play 1 or 2 cards to get rid of it for the red mirror. Blue can bounce it pretty easily, but it's a pretty good card. And the Frieza Army and its special trait, there's a lot of cards that we've looked at that say Frieza Army. I haven't talked about all of them, but there's a lot of Frieza Army. Then we have Frieza, 2-drop 15k 10k combo. Activate main, you switch this to rest, play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 or less in Frieza Army and its special trait from your hand. So, one drop Frieza Army, I guess the Searcher's Arbonne. I don't really see a lot of play for this just because there's not that many one drops as of right now, or there's not that many, important one drops that you want out on the field. Then we have the 4-drop Frieza. This is the regular art, and this is the parallel. He's a 40k, 5k combo. Permanent, this card cannot be switched to active mode during your charge phase. So you either have to be playing the Banan or the leader Frieza to restand this guy, because he does not restand himself. So you do have 2 ways to restand him, but I mean, you still want to play this just for it's a 4-drop 40k. If you're playing Frieza, you restand this. If you're playing Cooler, you play this. Or if you're playing leader Cooler, you play this. Playing Frieza, you play this. If you play Ginyu, you can put him in here and then play the Banan and restand him. Next, we have a 5-drop Mecha Frieza, 25k, 10k combo on play. Play with the 1 King Cole, the 4 or less, or with a cost of 4, not 4 or less, from your hand. The vanilla that I mentioned earlier, that can be played off of this. So it's a 5-drop that plays a 4-drop. There's also the starter deck, King Cold, that you can play. Next, we have Mecha Cooler, which I think it'd be really funny to make a starter deck Frieza lead, and then putting just all of like a 50 card deck of just this card, because as a permanent you can include as many copies of this card in your deck as you like. Fun ability. I want to see what people do with this. He is a 3-drop 20k 10k combo. When he's KO'd, play up to 1 Meta Cooler with the cost of 3 or less from your hand. So you play him, swing with 20, he gets killed, play him, and then next turn play another one, swing with 20. Someone's gonna make a deck of just 50 cards of this. It's gonna be fun. Then we have Raccoon, a 3-drop 20k 5k combo on play. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so a optional Self Awakener. Then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less and Ginyu Force in its special trait from your hand. So a really good 3-turn play for Ginyu lead. You play this. You play the 2-drop SR Ginyu to then restand 2 energy and then play something else. And then for 3 energy, you get a 3, a 2, and a 2. Fill up the board. Jace now has a boost. Or you could even play a 3, a 2, a 1, and a 1. Play 2 Jaces. Now we're getting on to the extra cards. A 1-drop Bond of Ginyu Force. Activate battle. One of your leaders or battle cards gets plus 10k power. Then that card gets plus 5k power for each battle card with Ginyu Force and its trait among your leader and battle cards. At base is a 15k boost because it includes your leader. You build board just enough right. It's potentially like a 45, so it could be 2 super combos for the cost of 1. Really good event. Definitely want it in a Ginyu Force. Then we have We Are Cooler's Armored Squadron, 1-drop. Activate main if you have 2 or more Cooler and or cards with the Armored Squadron in their trait among your leader and battle cards. Draw 1 card and switch up to one of your energies active mode. So you play it for free, essentially, because you restand an energy and then you get a card draw off of it. Pretty good. It's definitely included in a Armored Squadron build. Then we have Crusher Ball, 1-drop. Activate main, draw a card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and switch to rest mode. Amazing card. You pay 1, you replace it in your hand by drawing a card, and then you rest something. Does not matter the cost. So you do have to do it during your turn, but if you have the Gildo on the board, you pay 1, draw a card, rest a card, rest your Gildo, prevent that from restanding. Amazing combo, amazing 4 of in a deck. Then we have Supernova, 1-drop, activate battle. Your turn, choose your leader or one of your battle cards. It gets plus 20 power for the battle. Then choose one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards that are 4 or less, and it can't switch to active mode during your next turn. So it's a 1-drop that gives you plus 20, which just that alone is amazing. And then it prevents something else, and it prevents a 4 or less from restanding. Amazing card, just more good cards for yellow. Then we have Body Change, 1-drop, activate main or battle. Choose one of your active mode battle cards, switch it to rest mode, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less, and switch it to active mode. So you could, rest one of your little 1-drops or whatever, restand a 4-drop, get a swing off on that, use your Ginyu leader ability, restand your entire board, and then swing with everybody. Something like that. Pretty good card, can get multiple swings off. especially if you're having the Ginyu Force lead, or if you're running a Ginyu deck, then you probably do want to put this in there just because you have that restand capability from the leader. Then we have, now you see the power of Ginyu Force, 1-drop, activate main. If you have 2 or more battle cards with Ginyu Force in their special trait, draw 2 cards. Definitely want 4 of in the deck. You're gonna have 2 battle cards by like turn 2 or turn 3. You're gonna have a lot of cards on the field with Ginyu, and not only does it replace itself, but it draws you an extra card. So on the turn that you play this, you get 3 card draws, and then from your leader swing, 4. And so that is all of the green and yellow cards that are coming out in the first set, which completes our recap of all the cards that are going to be coming out on the 23rd of February. We talked about the promo cards, we talked about all the starter decks, so we've now covered everything, and now it's just waiting for everybody to get all the cards that they've ordered. I know, like I said, I've been waiting on my case, I'm waiting for it, and then once everyone has all the cards, we can start seeing some decks, seeing some, builds. There's a lot of people talking about, certain builds. They're making builds right now. People are building cards left and right, building decks left and right, but you can't really test them because not everybody has cards. But after a couple weeks, everybody gets them. They can, put those decks to the test and see what really shines. Out of all the colors, I mean, Ginyu's going to be doing some damage. This Gohan's definitely going to be doing some damage. I feel like Beerus is going to be doing some stuff. Both Trunks and Goku Black are really good. I really want Android 17 to do some stuff. And then I feel like cooler, people are going to play. There's going to be some cooler decks out there too. It's just every so far, every leader, I feel like there's not really a bad leader to play so much. There's obviously meta leaders, there's better leaders than other leaders, but generally, they're all pretty good in my opinion. But that's going to do it for today. So that's going to do it for today's video. Next video hopefully will be the unboxing of my case. Gonna have my Twitch down below so you can follow me on there. So I'm planning on opening that on Twitch, and then uploading it to YouTube later, and then getting some gameplay out, hopefully with the digital client or in person, either or. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.